Glad you're with us. Everything Merry is happening today because we've got the best prices of the year on Origami, and this is the foldable multi-purpose desk. This is an amazing sale for you on literally a full-fledged desk. We'll talk details, but it does give you the maximum weight capacity of 300 pounds. The bottom shelf even holds 150. So let's go ahead, Lou Caputo, and get into how this works because, you know, having a desk is imperative, but sometimes having a desk that you're committed to just in one space is a little daunting.
Yeah, not everybody can do that. Hi, how are you?
Good to see you.
Merry Christmas.
You too.
Thank you. I'm excited that we have this today because it was kind of a surprise for me. And this is actually something that I may not use every day, but when I use it, I really need it. You know what I mean? When you need an extra work surface or someplace to do baking or whatever it is, this is a great desk. Now, it's big. Don't be deceived, okay? This is 4 feet across this way, and it is 2 feet deep. So you've got a nice big work surface on here. This is all powder-coated steel on the frame itself. That's all metal down there. And of course, it is a piece of furniture you can assemble yourself without any tools. It weighs 38 pounds. I was gonna ask for a chair.
Oh, let's do it.
It weighs 38 pounds, and I want you to see something here. When I sit down here, I can pull myself right up to the surface that's touching my chest right now, and look at my legs. They're not hitting anything, they're not banging up anything.
Yeah.
We've got plenty of room. Not to mention, we have these shelves down here, which, you know, if you still have a tower computer, that's perfect for that, to get it up off the ground, trash basket, whatever it is. So let me show you how this works though, because one of the neat things about this desk is that you can set it up and take it down without any tools. So I'm gonna go underneath the desk first, and I'm just going to undo some of the toggles that actually hold the top on this. Now the top of this is plastic coated. It's a laminated wood surface that's inside of this, and you can hear it's nice and solid. I'm just gonna take that off and I'm gonna hand this to you.
You got it.
Let you hold that. Now, I want you to notice the back of this right here. This is the origami toggle that's on the back right there that we see on every piece of origami. That's that patented design. Watch how I can disassemble this just by doing that.
Whoa.
Now, if I take the top back from you, all right, I'm gonna bring that over here, thank you so much. That's what you're storing, okay? So we're talking about something that'll fit behind a door, under a bed, in a closet, you know, and you just leave it there until you need it. But when you do, watch how quickly you can set this up. Okay, I'm gonna hand this back to you for a second.
Gotcha.
All you gotta do is just take the frame. Gravity does most of the work, okay? Look right there, that's that origami toggle, right? We're gonna put that in. We're going to push down. Now, watch this. I'm gonna grab the frame. It's already solid. Isn't that crazy?
Heavy
One
duty.
toggle and this whole thing is ready to go. If you ever built a piece of furniture before, you're gonna know that that doesn't make sense. Like that shouldn't happen, okay? Now, I'm going to take the desktop and put it on here. And I want you to see something about this before I actually put it in place. The way it's held in is these little toggles right here. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna line these up with the frame, you're gonna drop the top down, and then once it's in place, you just rotate this. And if you can imagine, my finger's the frame. It actually grabs onto the frame, locks it into place, okay? So again, no tools for that. So I'm gonna line it up right here, just like this. Oh, and we gotta make sure they're all facing the right direction. There we go. Line it up like this. We're gonna drop that into place, just like that. I knew one of them wasn't gonna go in. All right, hold on. There we go. I gotta look at this underneath here. Oh, it's like, okay, let me do that again.
It's a little wonky.
It's a little wonky. You know what it is? One of these right here.
Oh, I see what's happening, yeah.
Yeah, it's rotating on its own. But that's okay. Or we're gonna make this work. We're gonna put, there we go, boom.
Perfect,
Look
that
at
time.
Second time's a charm. All right, and then all you do is just rotate these little toggles, real simple to do, get them in place. That's it, that's the whole thing right there, okay? I made it more difficult than it had to be, but look at that. 38 pounds is what this weighs. Now, you just slide yourself right in there and get to work. Look at that.
Get to work.
How cool is this?
It's a great space. It's a good size desk. I mean, whether you're a crafter, whether this is actually in a dorm room and you're doing your studies, maybe it's just a home office. You don't have a whole room dedicated.
Not
so
everybody
it's just like
does.
a little nook in the side of the dining room where you just kind of make this your office.
Maybe you're paying your bills and you need some place to sit. You know, a lot of folks that have studio apartments don't have that luxury where they've got that space, or people in assisted living facilities. Even in some dorm rooms, there's one desk that you got to share. Okay, so this is that second desk that you can put away when you're not using it and then take it out. My wife Kelly has one that she uses for crafts.
I bet.
Yeah, she loves it. I mentioned baking before, and the reason I say this is because every year Kelly and her mom and sisters would get together, and my niece, and they would bake cookies. Well, I don't care how much counter space you have. You know, baking
Never
takes
enough.
up a lot of room, especially when you got a lot of people. So you could actually use this surface if you wanted to as a prep surface. I have used mine as a bar for parties.
That makes sense.
Because you set this up and it's big, you know, so you can put the bottles out here and your ice and everything else, and it's a great, so the thing with origami is you're only limited by your imagination. So don't, you know, think that it has to be a desk. It could be anything that you want it to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you hear that? Powder-coated
Powder-coated steel. My ring sounds better.
But that makes a big difference. And again, it's not a desk that you're committing to keep in one space at all times, because sometimes, you know, space is just limited and you don't want to really take that part of the room or that a separate room just for an office.
Yeah, no, it's that whole thing about have desk will travel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you need to go someplace and work, let's say you're doing an art show or craft show or something like that, and you want a place to either display your goods or you want some place to check people out, you know what I mean, when you're taking their money, this is absolutely perfect for that as well.
Yeah. So yeah, I think outside of the box, even though we're calling it a desk, it's more of a multi-purpose table.
Exactly. Yeah, I like that better.
Yeah.
It's a multi-purpose table for whatever you want. I mean, I'd be lying if I said I haven't actually used it in the garage to do some work either. You know, out there.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's very well, and the frame on this is really very sturdy. I mean, because if you think about it, most of the tables and most of the desks you're going to see are like folding tables, and they're plastic on top, and they got little scrawny thin legs, or it's like a TV tray that wobbles. This is not that, and that actually is why my wife Kelly loves this for crafting, because it is such a solid surface. It's very strong. So when she puts a Cricut machine on here, it's not wobbling back and forth like crazy, which is messing up the design. That doesn't happen with this.
Will you be mad at me if I ask you to do this one more time?
No,
the assembly, the disassembly.
It's what I'm here for. Here, watch.
I just want you to see that this does not take up that, you know, committed part of the space.
No, and that's the beauty of this too. Somebody lives in an apartment, like I mentioned earlier, assisted living facility, or maybe you just don't want to have dedicate a room to a desk. Because think about this, if you're not using the desk, that's taking up a lot of space, you know? And there's no reason for that. In fact, I'm gonna turn this around so you can see the front part of it here where you're gonna be sitting, just like that. Plop that open. I'm going to do that origami toggle on the back. It's hidden from you now. And now I'm going to take the top again. We're going to drop that into place. Remember what I said earlier. Just got to line it up here and get this one to cooperate. There we go. And then we just drop it in like that. Falls into place. I mean, you can feel it just drop right in. And then you just turn those little toggles. And once it's on, it's on. 38 pounds of desk right there, just like that. Nice and solid, nice and sturdy. Look at the space. In fact, if I turn it sideways, just so you could see, look at the space that you have under here and that arch in the frame. So that's so you've got plenty of room. In fact, slide that chair over to me if you don't mind. Let me sit down here again. I'm going to show everybody.
What if you needed to just add this to extend your dining table if you're having a couple extra guests? Or the kids' table. There you go.
That's the fun table, by the way. Okay, look. Look at my legs. I mean, you know, okay, I'm 6 foot tall. Look at the way my legs just go right underneath there. Plenty of room. And even for me, this is a lot of space. It's a nice work area where I could, if I was doing bills or I was writing something or, you know, whatever. This is a big, big space to work on here.
We are loving this. I'm so glad everything from Origami is on sale. Are you ready for the holiday?
Yeah, I am.
Are you?
I'm excited about it, actually.
Oh, I'm excited that you
I
are.
am excited about the holiday.
This is, well, it's crazy that it's already tomorrow night.
I know.
Christmas Eve. How did this happen?
I know. And, you know, for me, sometimes it's the anticipation that I actually like more than the, you know, when it happens. So I'm like, you know, I'm all about Christmas Eve.
Me too. That's when we celebrate. I'm doing a taco bar this year.
Get revved up. But anyway, we have this desk.
Well, whether you need a desk for, like you said, a bar, that's always a need.
Yep.
Sometimes I have a dining table that doesn't have a center. So if you need to extend, you
that's
just
a
need
great
an
idea.
extra table.
Well, and you know what's neat about this too is like with all origami, you just throw a tablecloth over this and it transforms it. Like that's when it's a bar for us. We just like if it's a holiday thing, we'll get one of those disposable holiday tablecloths. Throw that on here, bam. That's it. And nobody looks at it and goes like, oh, you took a desk and did that? It doesn't look like, you know what I mean? It doesn't, and yet the funny thing is that if it was a real desk, then they would know, you know? But because of the way this table's built.
You'd be like, Ted, come on. We've got an 80-pound desk. We're gonna move outside right now.
Yeah, and you've seen me pick this up a couple times now at 38 pounds for considering how strong this is.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's nothing, yeah.
Well, I hope you guys have a great holiday.
I hope you have a great holiday.
Thank you so much.
You're
Thank you. 894935 is the item number. And that baker's rack has been super popular. I mentioned this earlier. A personal favorite of mine.